So I've had my shower, I'm leaving for Wakehurst training in about 15 minutes or so, and I'm slightly injured. Yo, what's going on Team 20? I hope you're all super well. It is about 10:45, 10:50 in the morning. I'm heading off to go and do my sprint training session, and apparently there's a bit of fitness today. Yeah, I'm not really looking forward to that, but it's part of football. Like I always say, I'm not a big fan of the gym work, I'm not a big fan of fitness work, but it's stuff that you got to do to make sure that you become a better player. So we're getting that done. I have no idea how much footage I'll be able to get of it, if any. Pat's going to be down there, so we'll probably catch up with him afterwards. And yeah, it's a hot day as well. Got training tonight. Pretty intense day today. In between all of that, I'll just be resting. One of the things that I want to get more into is stretching, because when your muscles are hurting, stretching and foam rolling, it's so important. I don't think I do enough of it, and it's been hammered into me by my sprint coach that I need to start stretching more. Some of you guys have commented it as well. So it's something I want to start doing a little bit more of. But after this sprint session, I'm preparing for death. It's going to be good fun out there. Dear. Good sesh today, mate. Good sesh. Good sesh, mate. Good sesh. Just got back from my sprint training. I want to tell you about that after I've had my lunch, because it's literally sitting here. We got 3 little bits of steak, mashed potato, sweet mashed potato, 2 pieces of toast. Also got a protein shake smoothie and an orange juice. A lot of protein there, simply because something happened in training, but we'll get into that in a little bit. I need to smash this down. I'm starving, man. So I've had my shower. I'm leaving for Wakehurst training in about 15 minutes or so, and I'm slightly injured. So the first one is shin splints, and I've never actually had shin splints in my life. We're just doing some bounding, which is basically where you sprint and you try and run for distance. And it was only on this left-hand side, and it was just in there on a couple of bounds. I was like, what does shin splints feel like? And he explained it to me. I was like, yeah, I think I have that. So it's not the end of the world. I just need to look after it, and then it should be fine. But I think from that, I was trying to protect my body by maybe not running on that side as much. And so we were doing a sprint, and as I pushed up on this left-hand side for a sprinting motion, it's like that. I would say about this point, right in here, I felt something, and it just doesn't feel right still. So he explained that area as the fast twitch muscle. So right now it's not feeling the absolute best. I'm hoping that I'm gonna go to training. There's no way I'm not gonna go. But if I make it worse, then that could be bad. So I need to look after my body. I've done rolling throughout the day. I've been stretching. I've been looking after it. But yeah, it's just one of those ones. It's frustrating. My mentor always used to say this to me: you can be on top of the world. You can have an amazing day. You can have an amazing session, but then something in the universe will bring you down, and that's just life. Some people put it to God, some people just don't believe in it at all. But I scored a hat-trick in 4 minutes on Saturday. Now I'm dealt with this. It's a new challenge and I have to get past it. I'll tell you what, it's frustrating. So I'm heading off to training now. The sprint session, I didn't tell you guys how long it went for. I probably got through about an hour and 15 minutes, maybe an hour, before I picked up the injury. I trained on with the shin splints because that wasn't too bad, but the one in the fast twitch muscle area, it's not quite the hip flexor, I don't think, but yeah, I had to stop after that. So I'll go to this session, I'll see how it is, I'll train. If it hurts and I think I'm going to do further damage to it, 100% I'll stop. That's just common knowledge, and we all have our different limits with our bodies. For example, the last bit of today's session, Pat stopped because his hamstring, his old injury, it just didn't feel right. So that's what felt good for him. For me, I need to see how I go today. And if it feels good after I've warmed up, I'll continue. If it doesn't, then I'll probably pull out. Now, I said earlier today, it's so crazy, on the way to that training session, I said, I don't think I'm stretching enough. Then I pick up this injury. And you sit there and wonder, well, if I stretched, would I have stopped this injury? Because it's a muscle that I don't really stretch. But then if you stretch other muscles, maybe you're less likely to pick it up. Maybe I picked up the injury because of the shin splints. And maybe I was trying to load different areas to avoid pain from the shin splints, which could have then caused the fast twitch muscle to be overworked. Now, I just don't know, and we'll never know. But I think the biggest thing to take away from this is I need to stretch more. I need to roll out more. I said it before I got there, so this is just one of those ones where it's like, Sheldon, you need to do this or you're gonna get injured. So hopefully it's nothing too bad. It's a lesson learned. That's the biggest thing to take away from injuries. Learn your lesson, take the benefits away from it. The benefit, it almost forces me to stretch now because I don't want to get injured. I really dislike it. So I'll be doing a lot more rolling and stretching. You guys might not see it on the vlogs, but I will be doing it because it's important, man. So after this session we go. I'm looking forward to it. I hope I can train, but we'll see. I don't know what's gonna happen. All right, so I've arrived back from the session. I want to take you guys through that. as well as some other things. I spoke to a couple of people as well, Dennis, my sprint coach, Dad, about the injury and how it could have possibly come about, how I can look after it and possibly prevent this sort of thing happening again in the future. So we started the session off with a passing drill and the warm up. Through that, I could kind of feel my fast twitch muscle. I don't even know what it's called. I'm just gonna go with that. It's basically my quad. I could feel that, and throughout the warm up, it was okay. It wasn't the best. Then from there, we moved into a possession game where I almost just forgot about it. I don't know if you guys have experienced this before, where you have an injury, you're training, and you just get so caught up in the training and the session that you just completely forget you have the injury unless something sparks it. So there are a couple of things, like I wouldn't go into challenges very hard. I was probably going the session maybe 60%, 70%, if that. Like I wasn't trying to win the ball off players, just jogging around, putting a bit of pressure on, making it difficult for them, trying to play with the ball, just looking after my body, because that's what the coach directed me to do at the start of the session. I let him know, and I suggest if you guys ever have an injury, let your coach know, depending on your situation. There are a lot of times when I was younger where, you know, I get little niggles and stuff like that, and I didn't let the coach know because I didn't think it was such a big deal, and I was fighting for my position. If you give them any reason to go, okay, we're gonna bench you this week, then maybe it's not the best idea to let them know, because you know your body the best. And yeah, so I told the coach, he said, yeah, just look after it tonight. From there, we then went into a 30-minute game where I played out on the left wing. I think I did pretty well. The only time I really felt it when I went 100% was when I went 1v1 with this guy. I went to go inside, I went to go line, and I was really dropping the shoulder. I'm loving that. It's, you know, I'm not doing scissors, I'm not doing anything. If you guys watched a video yesterday with Pat where I was dropping the shoulder, dropping the shoulder, dropping the shoulder, then going the other way, that's the sort of thing I absolutely love doing, and I'm finding that it's working a lot. So I did that, and then I went to put in a left foot cross, and it just didn't feel quite right. Right now, I got a cork in my right calf, and that's probably hurting a lot more than this muscle, which is great, because a cork is just a cork. It hurts and it will get better soon, and this is a muscle injury. It's something that could linger around. So from my view, I think it's just one of those ones where you get a small little injury, you get a small niggle, and it will just go away in a couple of days. That's what I'm hoping. It's something small. I've said it before, I document every single day. I let you guys know of these little small things if I think it's maybe something that could be serious. And all pros, semi-pros, amateurs get this stuff as well. It's just you guys don't hear about it. I spoke with my sprint coach, Dennis, Dad, and we kind of came to the general consensus that there is a possibility that I overtrained the last couple of days. So I played 82 minutes or so on the Saturday, did a gym session on the Sunday. Monday backed it up with a gym and an intense session with Pat. And then Tuesday backed it up again with a sprinting session. So that could be one possibility that led to this injury. Again, I said the shin splints before. On top of that, this whole new gym program that I'm doing, there's different movements in it. You know, some of you guys are saying, oh, Sheldon, you need to do more compound exercises. Yeah, I agree with that, but this is building a foundation for my gym program. Before I was doing deadlifts, everything, that's cool. But because it's a different program, he has his different way, he needs to build the base, and then I assume we go up into those compound movements once I've built muscle around there. So I'm sure I'll get into those exercises sometime soon. But with those new movements, that could have also caused this to happen. Again, the stretching, the rolling, that could have also caused it. So there's all these things where you can go, oh yeah, it could be this, it could be this. There's no way you can go, okay, that is exactly why. It's just not possible. So all I can do is my best to put myself in a position where it's unlikely to happen again. That means planning my training sessions, doing the foam roller, doing the stretches, eating well. All of those things will help in not being injured. Now, maybe I shouldn't have done the session with Pat last night, or it shouldn't have been as intense. I thought it was a great session, but could that have led to the injury? Who knows? I've been told by other people before, Sheldon, you need to be training more, but there is overtraining. When you put your body through so much, it can only handle X amount. So I'm sure my body will adapt soon. My sprint coach said, yeah, maybe you should have taken a rest day on the Sunday, had a lighter session with Pat. That probably would have been the ideal sort of scenario. I have to learn from it, as simple as that. So tomorrow will be a complete rest day, absolutely nothing. It was already going to be, but considering I have this sort of injury, I don't think it's going to be too bad. I'll be doing a lot of stretching, a lot of rolling, but there'll be a game analysis video tomorrow. Then Thursday I have training, and then the Friday we have the match. So I need to make sure that my body is not fatigued, I'm not injured, and I'm ready to play 90 minutes. So yeah, a bit of an update there. A little bit frustrating, but I think it should be okay over the next couple of days. I'm gonna end it there. Get some sleep. I need some rest. So anyway, Team Tweety, I'm signing out. Make sure you leave a like on this video. Subscribe if you're around here. John Johnny, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.